Welcome to my first ever video on this channel, and it will be what if Deku had the Ultimatrix. Now we start our story off with Izuku Midoriya. He was bullied a lot more than the original timeline, and he was also smarter than the original timeline. In this timeline, he gave up on become a hero because Bakugo was bullying him. His mother wasn't giving him the hope that she was always encourage him to become a hero. And even when he gave up on becoming a hero, Bakugo still bullies him just because he wants to. Just because he was quirkless. And Izuku, because of that, start training, trying to defend himself and training his mind and his body. But even then, he wasn't compared to those who have quirks, and Bakugo, of course. And then one day, 1 week before the anime start, Izuku in his class, after the day of the school ended, he collecting his stuff, putting it in his bag, as Bakugo come with two of his goons to Deku. As Bakugo said, "Hey, Deku, what's this?" As Izuku says, "Leave me alone, Bakugo. I had enough for today. Can't you just leave me alone?" As Bakugo says, "Isn't that one of your stupid analyzing notebooks of heroes? I thought you stopped that long time ago." As Izuku says, "And why do you care? It's my hobby." As Bakugo go at it and take Izuku's book from his hand, and Izuku says, "Give it back, Bakugo." As Bakugo look at it in his notebook, as he said, well, looks like Izuku's here didn't stop wanting to become a hero. Well, how about, didn't I already tell you, Deku, that can't you, a quirkless kid, become a hero? You will just gonna kill yourself. So I'm just trying to protect you. As Bakugo take on and blew up Izuku's notebook and throwing it out of the window, as he said, "There. Now let's see how you will gonna analyze heroes when you don't have a notebook." As he's and his goons start laughing, as Izuku looking at Bakugo quite angry. And he said, "Well, Izuku, you know, there is a way so you can get a quirk. How about you jump off the roof, take a swan dive off the roof, and wish that you were gonna get a quirk in your next life?" As Bakugo and his goons leave Izuku alone there. As Izuku in his mind, "If I only had a quirk, I would have put in your head in the dirt long time ago, Katsuki Bakugo." As Izuku get out of the school, taking his notebook that's fall out the window, and go to the woods, because he starts going to the woods because of Bakugo, that he always bullying him. And then, as he moving in the forest, mumbling to himself how Bakugo and his idiot, and how he would have been destroyed him if he had a quirk long time ago. As he suddenly fell off on his face, and he say, "Ow, my nose." Well, another way to ruin my day. As he stand up and look behind him, that he see a metal box with a weird symbol on it. As he say, "What is this?" As he going to touching it, as all of a sudden a hologram pop off, and in this hologram there is a white-haired man with the red eyes wearing a lead jacket, as he said to whoever heard this message, "My name is Albedo, and right now in this box, the Ultimatrix, the strongest device in the universe." As Izuku jump back a little bit, saying, "Albedo, Ultimatrix, universe, what is this?" As Albedo says, "If you're hearing this message, that means that I'm dead. I was the previous user of this device, and right now I'm dead. So this device shall go to the one that he deserves the most. And since you find this device, it shall go to yours. This device will gonna give you a strong abilities. It's have a millions upon millions of different DNA of different aliens in the universe, even an ultimate version of some of the aliens that there." As Izuku says in his mind, aliens, that mean aliens are real? No, it must be a joke that some idiot put this things here that call Albedo and trying to prank me or something. As he said, as Albedo said, "Well, shall this device go to you, but don't think that I will gonna give it that easily. I won't do the same mistake that my master do long time ago when he gave his Omnitrix to a boy named Ben Tennyson." As Izuku says, "Ben Tennyson, who's this?" As Albedo says, "You shall prove yourselves worthy of this device. Right now, a hole will gonna open the box. Put your hand in there, but keep in mind that I will gonna give you a puzzle and a couple of questions. If you answered my puzzle and question right, this device shall go to you, but if you answer wrong, you will die. The device will gonna shoot a beam of laser directly into your body that will gonna obliterate you, make you nothing, not even dust will gonna lift off of you." As Izuku says, "Ugh. Wait, if I can get a quirk or power, then I can defeat Bakugo and put him where he's belong. But if I answered wrong, then I will die. Well, it's worth a shot." As Izuku put his hand in the box, as the hologram say your name out loud. As Izuku say his name, Izuku Midoriya. As Albedo say, "Well, Izuku Midoriya, since you put your hand in here, you are one of two things. You must be so smart or so stupid thinking you will be able to get this device just by on your luck. Well, I will gonna give you the puzzle and the question, and if you answer wrong, you will gonna turn into nothing, not even dust will gonna stay out of your body." As Albedo gave to Izuku the puzzle and couple of questions, as Izuku answered everything right, as Albedo say, "Well, you surprised me. I didn't expect a human to be that intelligent, but since then, that device shall go to you since you are the most intelligent person on this planet. At least from I know right now. This device will gonna contain some files that will gonna come out after you take out your hand. You will have to say your name and your age and give your information. And when you do that, the device will gonna lock on your DNA, becoming part of your body. You will never be able to take it off. The device will be your hand and the hand will be the device." As Izuku take out his hand, as he see a weird looking red watch with a circle in the middle with the weird symbol, the same symbol that in the box. As he put his hand on the uh, little, this little thing in the back of the watch, he put his hand here, and all of the sudden, another hologram pop out that have a lot of information about the watch, how you use it, and what you should do, and the different kind of aliens inside the watch. And some of them are locked, so you will need to experiment and search for them by yourself. And another message that every time you will gonna find out about the new ability of the watch, the Ultimatrix, Albedo will gonna get another recording message for you to see. As Izuku looking at all this information and all these different aliens, for now he have a couple of aliens. The aliens that he have are feedback, gray matter, and ultimate gray matter, heat blast and ultimate heat blast, Humongosaur, ultimate Humongosaur, ghost freak, upgrade, and overflow. As Izuku continuing by transforming into a couple of these different kind of creatures, and he say, this is really cool, I have a power now, I can prove to those idiots that I'm strong, and I can finally put Bakugo's face in the dirt. As when he go back to his normal form, he go into a nearby river to drink some water because he's quite thirsty. As he look in the water, as he see himself with white hair and red eyes, and he see, what the hell? What happened to me? Is this some effect of this weird Ultimatrix? Well, anyways, he doesn't care anymore. White hair, green hair. But this might be actually be quite surprising to my mom. I wonder if she will be able to know that I am the Izuku. That I am Izuku. As Izuku leave the forest and go back to his house. As he knock on the door and opened it, and they say, Mom, I'm home. As his mom say, Inko said, Welcome home, honey. Who are you? As she start throwing things at Izuku, and Izuku say, hey, mom, it's me, Izuku. As Inko said, Izuku, is that you? As Izuku said, yes, it's me, mom. It's just, I inherit I developed a quirk finally, after 15 years. As his mom jumping from happiness saying, oh my god, Izuku, do you really develop a quirk? Yeah, as Izuku says, yeah mom, I developed my quirk. Well, Inku says, yeah, well, we shall be happy, we shall start celebrating in this, that you get a quirk. As she said, go to your room and change off and come here so we can celebrate. As Izuku say, okay mom, and he goes to his room, changing, and after a little bit of celebrating, he's tell his mom that he can transform into a different kind of creatures, but he didn't tell her about the device that he's actually out of the space or something like that. Because that I mean, if you saw a man that suddenly tell you that he have a device out of this universe and he can transform into millions kind of creatures, do you gonna believe him? As he tell his mom that he can transform, and he transform into heat blast in front of her. As he telling her that's one of his transformation, but for now it shall wait, I will show you the others later. As she said, okay Izuku. as Izuku transformed back to his normal form, and he says, well, I'm gonna go to my room right now. As Inko said, okay honey, sleep well. As Izuku goes to his room, starting messing with the Ultimatrix, examining, doing things, as he wasn't able to find anything in the first day of his finding the watch. As the next day he goes to his school, as in his school, the no one noticed him. No one know that his Izuku Midoriya, the same kid with the green hairs and green eyes that was always being bullied by Bakugo and his goons. As Izuku goes to his classroom, and Bakugo looks around after he come to the class, saying in his mind, well, that idiot Deku is not here. Maybe he's finally understand that he can't have a quirk and actually take a swan dive off the roof. As the teacher starts calling the names of the students, and he finally go to Izuku Midoriya as the white hair, red eyes boy say here, and everyone look back, seeing Izuku lifting up his head as they say, what? You are not Izuku Midoriya? As he said, yes, it's me, but I just developed my quirk. And they said, you actually developed a quirk? And the teacher said, well, congratulations, Izuku Midoriya, for your quirk. It looks like you are with the late Brumal after all. As Bakugo said, he's have quirk, he must be lying, and he's just dyed his hair white and wearing a weird looking red, what they call it, I really don't know what they call it, but let's just say he dyed just his hair white. As Bakugo goes to his desk and trying to blow his desk off, but before he blew up his desk, a red beam shoot up of Izuku, blinding everyone in the room as he transformed into Ghost Freak. As he said, Bakugo, back off, or you might see something that won't gonna satisfy you. As Bakugo goes back scared, looking at this weird ghost with big hands and upside down head with one red eye. As he said, what the hell? What's this? As Izuku says, well, this is my quirk, of course. Do you want to know what does it do? As Bakugo goes to throw another explosion at Izuku's face, and the explosion goes right through Izuku. As Izuku says, your stupid explosions won't work on me anymore. As he said, what the hell? What's this? And everyone looking at here terrified from what Izuku looks like. As Izuku says, how about I show you one of my abilities, Bakugo? As Izuku fly into Bakugo's body, Bakugo puts his hand in front of his face, waiting to some hit or something, but Izuku goes into Bakugo's body, and Bakugo feels something in his body, and he said, what did you do to me? As Izuku said, oh, nothing, just a little trick of mine. As Bakugo's body starts moving on his own, and he say, what the hell? Get out of my body, you stupid Deku! As Deku said, well, Bakugo, do you remember the day that you told me to take a swan dive off the roof, wishing that I get a quirk in my next life? As Izuku continues saying, well, how about you take a swan dive off the roof, wishing that you will gonna still have your quirk in your afterlife? And Izuku starts walking out of the class with Bakugo's body, and Bakugo said, get out of my body, you stupid nerd! As Izuku said, I won't get out until I hear you scream and begging for my mercy, Bakugo. And Bakugo say, like hell I will do. As Izuku says, well then, you shall die here and now. As after a couple of minutes he finally go into the roof and all his other classmates behind him looking at Bakugo walking with Izuku inside of him, saying Bakugo all around the way, get out of my body, you idiot, stop doing this. As Izuku says, I told you that I won't stop until you beg for my mercy. As the teachers come in the roof and say, Izuku Midoriya, stop doing this right now. You'll gonna stop doing this and get out of Bakugo's body. Whatever are you doing? As after that, Bakugo stops, and then from his back, Izuku's ghost freak, we will call it, of course, ghost freak head goat, get out of Bakugo's back, looking at the student and the teacher, saying, I'm sorry, teach, but I'll have a little vengeance and then we can talk. I need to take my vengeance first, of course. As his head come back to Bakugo's body and he's standing on the edge of the roof as he said, last chance, Bakugo. Are you gonna beg for my mercy or do you rather die, not even achieving your dream to become the #1 hero? As hell you was even gonna do this. As Bakugo say, okay, I'm sorry for every time I bully you. I'm sorry for everything. Just please leave me. I'm sorry for bullying you every day, calling you quirkless and idiot and stupid nerd. Just please leave my body. Don't throw me out of the roof. As Izuku says, that's all what I needed to hear. As Bakugo say, so you will gonna leave me? And Izuku said, I said that I won't gonna kill you, but who said that I'm not gonna throw you off the roof? As Bakugo all of a sudden fall off the roof as he's starting to fall off. And then he crash on the ground. Everyone's girls screaming, everyone just scared that Izuku just killed Bakugo. As Izuku made sure that Bakugo didn't die from that fall, that he tried to protect his body as much as possible to not die, not of course to not get hurt. As he's get out of Bakugo's body and say, well, you will stay alive. If they will be able to come here before you die. As Bakugo is just so hurt to even answer and he's lost consciousness. And Izuku come back to his normal form, coming back to become the white hair boy with the red eyes. As then the students come down to the stairs, seeing that Izuku come back to his normal human form, and the teachers start calling the police. As the police and the ambulance come there, taking Izuku and Bakugo. The police start asking Izuku why did he do that, and Izuku said, well, he bullied me for my whole life, and you ask me why did I do that? He tortured me, bullied me, saying that I'm quirkless, and then I got my quirk last week, so I punish him for everything that he done to me. The police doesn't believe that, but they ask the other student. The other students say that is actually true because they don't want to be thrown out the roof. They saw what Izuku did to Bakugo, and they doesn't want that to happen to them if they lie. So they tell the truth. The police say, okay, kid, you get off with this, but you will, if you do that again, you will be in prison, okay? As Izuku kill, okay, mister. As they go out of the police, as he uh, go back to his home, taking a shortcut, of course. As when he take a shortcut down a bridge, he's just playing with his watch as all of a sudden he heard from his behind, "Hey, kid, give me your body." And Izuku turned around and immediately pressed on his watch as he transformed into Heat Blast. As after the red light beam clean off, he find the kid turning into this weird fire creature. As he say, "What the hell?" As Izuku said, "Well, if you want to take off my body, let me see what you can do right now." I was actually searching for a challenge from a couple of weeks. As Izuku started throwing fire on the sludge villain, and sludge villain launched himself on Izuku, covering him up. As he say, "Not strong now, aren't you, kid?" As the sludge villain started to feel some heat in his body, and then he blew up everywhere on the everywhere on the this place under the bridge. He blew up, and Izuku says, "Not even a challenge. Well, I was gonna kill you, but since you are not someone that I know, and I trying to become a hero, I will leave you to live." At the sludge villain say, "What the hell are you?" As Izuku Heat Blast said, "Well, I'm Heat Blast, you can call me that." As all of the sudden that he hear from behind, "No fear, for I am here." As All Might jump from the sky down, looking around in the under the bridge, seeing that the sludge villain has been blown up everywhere, but he said this weird creature with the fire on his head. He say, "Who are you?" And Izuku said, "Oh, me?" As he transformed into his normal human form and said, "Well, I'm just a kid, of course." As All Might say, "Well, kid, you have a nice quirk there. May you tell me what it is? You have taken out the villain. I'm impressed with your abilities." As Izuku said, "Thanks, Mr. All Might, but can I get your autograph?" As he said, "Well, of course, young man. Just give me your book and a pencil because I don't really have one." As All Might signed up Izuku's notebook, and he said, "Thanks, All Might." Then All Might asked about his quirk, and Izuku said, "Well, my quirk, you see, I call it transform up. I call it ultimate transformation." As All Might say, "Ultimate transformation? What is this?" "Well, I have some kind of energy inside my body that can transform me into a different kind of creatures based on my imagination. But the downside is that my emotion control my transformation. If I feel angry, I transform. If I feel any feeling, I transform into a random creature. And that's why I have this watch on my wrist." As he showed the watch into All Might, "This watch is control the energy inside my body and move it in a way so I can choose when I want to transform and when I want to come back human. And it doesn't I don't turn into a random creature every time I feel something." And All Might says, "Well, you have a very powerful quirk right there, young man. I wish that you were gonna try to become a hero. With this quirk you shall be. You're really gonna become a great hero one day." As Izuku said, "Thanks, All Might," as he helped All Might to collect the sludge villain, and All Might jumps away as Izuku continue walking home. As All Might in the air suddenly starts smoking and start falling out of the sky. As the sludge villain, uh, at the bottle that contained the sludge villain, get off of his bucket, as All Might fall on one of the roof of the buildings, coughing blood, turning to his small might form, saying, "Damn! If I d- if I didn't talk, if I took more time than that, I would have been died. I need to find a successor soon." As Izuku continue walking, as he end up in a place where there's um in a place where a weird kid being kidnapped by the same sludge villain that has attacked him. That kid have a fire-based quirk that he can shoot flames out of his hand. And the place is all on fire as the sludge villain trying to take off the kid body, as Izuku looking at this, and he look at the heroes saying in his head, they don't even do anything. This kid will gonna die in front of them and they don't even try. This is really annoying. As Izuku flip his watch and as he starts walking forward, and the hero say, "Hey kid, stop right there." As he just continue walking, as he said, well, look what do we have here. The same weird looking goo creature that has tried to attack me down under the bridge on. Am I right? As the sludge villain looking at the kid and he says, "Oh, not you again. Die!" As he's throwing sludge at Izuku, as Izuku spins the wheel and then transform into heat blast again. And then he blast the fire on the sludge, and the sludge goes all around. The sludge gets obliterating. And then he flipped the watch on his chest, transforming into ultimate heat blast. And he say, "Well, let's get quite serious here." And everyone just shocked seeing that this kid transformed into a weird magma looking moving fire head guy, and then he's all of a sudden turned on into a living moving volcano as he collect the fire around him and then say, are you gonna leave that kid alone, or do I have to obliterate you once more? And the sludge villain throw, okay kid, just stop. Take this kid. I don't care. Just take me. And the sludge villains throw the kid away. And then Izuku says, well, throw him away, but I want to take my vengeance on you. And he said, wait kid, please stop. Right. As Izuku shoots a fire on the sludge villain, making a tornado out of flames that is even got very high up into the sky. And when the winds stop, the sludge villain obliterate, leaving a little piece of him on the ground. He's still alive, but he will not unconscious right now, as his tornado fire was so strong that he even was able to change the weather as it starts raining. And then Izuku transform into heat blast and then into his normal form, of course. And everyone is just cheering for this kid that he's just defeated this creature by no time. He's just saved a kid and didn't do any harm at all. And the hero saying to him, that was reckless of you to jump there, young boy. And he said, oh, shut up, you didn't do anything to save that kid. He was gonna die and you was just gonna watch.
They say, how dare you saying, oh, shut the fuck up. You don't deserve to tell me what I do. Heroes like you, fake like you, should not become should take their responsibility and stop being a hero, because they will just gonna leave people die. As the heroes start at least getting angry on this kid, as all of a sudden they hear, don't fear, for I am here. As All Might jump out to this guy and he say, young man, you have gained, that was actual reckless from you, but you were so strong and you saved this kid right here. And you didn't even need, and you even scared the flight villain to drop the kid off, and then you knock him unconscious without even any damage, even more damage to the field. I shall say that you shall become. I would say that if you want to become a hero, you will be a great hero indeed. As Izuku says, thanks, All Might. As he walks off, as he goes back to his, as he walks off, he's still playing with his watch, as All Might all of the sudden slide in front of him saying, I am here, as he coughs of blood and de-transform into Small Might. And Izuku was preparing to transform into one of his transformation, as All Might said, no, please wait, I'm the real All Might, I'm not fake, I'm just... Let me just tell you. As Izuku chill a little bit, and then All Might tell him everything about all for one, one for all, and all this thing. And Izuku said, then why do you tell me that? As All Might tell him that I want you to be my successor. You have defeated a villain and jump into action when every other hero didn't jump. You even inspired me to jump there, but you have already taken the lights off of me, of course. And I want to give you my quirk, so you can become the next symbol of peace. Izuku standing there think a little bit, and he say, no thanks. And All Might said, what? And then, no thanks, I doesn't really needed this power. And All Might said, are you sure? This is a very strong work, and I didn't really expect that you were gonna refuse it. As Izuku said, if I take your quirk, and as you said that it will gonna make my quirk even stronger, I'm worried that if I did that, I'm gonna just start randomly transform into random creatures, just I told you before, you remember? And make my transformation out of control and maybe even kill me. As All Might hearing what the deku says, and he understand, and he shall say, well then, if you're not gonna take my quirk, at least let me help you train. As Izuku refused this offer, and he said, no thanks, All Might, but I really want to train alone. As All Might said, well then, I shall see you in UA in the future. Are you gonna go to UA anyway? As he say, yes, of course I'm gonna go to UA. And I will gonna become the next number one without even your quirk. Counting on my quirk only. As All Might smile and say, well then, Izuku Midoriya, I shall see you in UA then. As All Might leave and Izuku leave, as All Might, Izuku on his head saying, heroes, what stupid thing. I'll become an even better hero than those stupid idiots. They call themselves heroes. They all just fake. They doesn't take the villain out, they leave people to die. They don't even give the villains the right punishment for them. I shall become an even greater hero than them. As Izuku goes back to his room, and this is where I'm gonna end it off, guys. Well,
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and goodbye. See you on the next part.